So I really am sad because I don't know, I thought of something because I just found out something. So a lot of you say that like, I'm looking for a caretaker. And for a minute there, I was just like accepting it because you guys know I do not drive. I just don't. I don't drive. I have an anxiety, but obviously I am thinking about getting my license. That is something I'm thinking about. And I get a lot of crap for the fact that I don't drive. But I just found out, all within the span of 24 hours, that y'all's favorite reaction channel doesn't drive.
Hi YouTubies. It's me, your favorite reaction channel that can drive. This setup is not, I'm like no longer going to be looking at what's happening. I was at a stop sign and now I just turned and now I'm on a highway. So I will only be talking at the screen in front of me. And I just wanted to show to you all that your favorite reaction channel can drive. I am visiting my family for the holiday and I rented a car because I had to bring the dogs with me. And the dogs are not currently with me. They are currently at the place that I'm staying. And yeah, I rented a car and I drove all the way here from Chicago. I don't even know what you can see or can't see, but there's a lot of, well, I just got passed. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. But I'm literally like staying in the middle of nowhere right now. So that's a thing that's happening. I'm staying in a place that's like technically in the woods. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll take a video later and show you like the backyard of where I'm staying, because I'm literally in the woods. I kind of spooked myself last night because everything is so dark, which like I'm from this area originally, so I know that it's not normally like as bright as it is obviously where I live in Chicago, where there's street lights that shine in my windows at all the times, and I'm really unfazed by it. But it was kind of spooky last night. I let Poe and Judy sleep in bed with me because I was like, I need y'all to comfort me. I need y'all to keep me safe. I need y'all to take care of me. So yeah, I did that yesterday. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I was spooked yesterday. But now I'm driving into the like actual town that my mom lives in. And I'm gonna get, I think, at least some caffeine. I don't know. Today is Christmas Eve when I'm filming this. And so I don't even know what is gonna be open in the little tiny town that my mom lives in. There is apparently a coffee shop. My sister-in-law was like, I gotta take you to this coffee shop. I gotta take you. And she informed me via text this morning that it is not open today, which, I mean, checks out. It's Christmas Eve. And I think most people right now in this little tiny town are probably at church, where my sin and ash should probably be, but it's not. It's not. So we are on our way. I feel like Chantal right now. I feel like Chantal on the long road, just driving and talking. I'm hopefully driving a lot safer than she is, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think though, I'm gonna see if I can't go to where I worked at as a high schooler, and then for the year after I graduated from undergrad and didn't have a job, the Hardees. I think I'm gonna try to go to the Hardees, maybe get a little breakfast, maybe a little diet soda, so that I can do that, and maybe we'll have a little car mukbang once I get there. I don't know. I can't make any promises because I feel like when I worked at the Hardees, they were open on Christmas Eve. I think they even made our asses... No, I think Christmas Eve it was open until like noon, and on Christmas Day they shut down. It's currently almost 10 a.m. So hopefully they'll still be open. I think if they still do everything the same, they should be serving that breakfast till 10:30. So we'll have to hope for that too, because otherwise your girl is gonna be hungry. and thirsty and not caffeinated and sleepy. My mom did say that her partner made a pot of coffee this morning, but I'm not entirely convinced that they'll have what I need to put in. I need some kind of milk or cream, which I guess maybe they'll have. But then I really need Splenda. Although I will tell you, I keep some Splenda in my little belt bag, my little Lululemon belt bag. What do y'all keep in your belt bags? That's something I keep in my belt bag, and just in case I'm somewhere that doesn't have Splenda. Because I don't know, I need the aspartame, I need the artificial sugar. I can't even remember if Splenda is aspartame or not. But I need the artificial sugar. It's very important to me. Real sugar just doesn't hit the same way, which is also why I love diet soda so much. Although actually, regular soda is too sweet for me. The place I'm staying has like, I think it had both Coke and Pepsi cans in the fridge, and I was told I could partake, but I can't do that regular Coke, that regular Pepsi. No, not today, not never. That's too much for me. Too sweet. But yeah, hopefully the Hardee's is still open. I'll get myself a little breakfast. We can do a little brief car mukbang. We can catch up. I don't really have a lot to catch up with you about. I don't really usually vlog at all. I just thought the bit about me driving. Now, what's this place? So I'm getting ready to pass this bar. It's kind of in the middle of the nowhere. It used to be called the Peacock. I always kind of thought it should be gayer than it was. It's not. But now I think they call it the Dirty Bird. And it's got a full parking lot full of cars in it at 10 a.m. Maybe they do other things there besides just bar stuff. I don't know. I don't come to my hometown often, not frequently whatsoever, and so I am taken back by the new things. But here we are. Here's my exit to the great hometown of mine. Here we are. Do you hear the blinker? Is it giving you car ASMR? ASM car? No, I don't think that works the same way. I sure don't. I'm wondering also if I should not be recording when I go through the drive-thru. I feel inspired to do it because old Timmy Tomato always does it. Timmy Tomato he goes by Timmy's Takeout now, I think. But he does a lot of food review stuff, and I love watching his channel. I think he's just like a very positive energy, very different than me, right? I have a positive energy just in a different way, I think. But every time he goes to try and review a fast food place, he like shows himself ordering, and I find that to be so inspiring because that gives me a lot of anxiety as a concept. Especially, I don't even know if anybody that I worked with back in the day at the Hardee's would still work there. The woman who was the general manager, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I kind of get the vibes that she left. But I also don't know that because she didn't explicitly state that. And even if she was still there, I know she always gave herself the holidays off, which, like, work queen, absolutely, as you should. But, oh, there's the coffee place that my sister-in-law was talking about. Yeah, well, there's a big sign that says now open, but I think that's just, oh my God! Oh my God, y'all. There was like this, the little red truck with the haul of the Christmas tree. I just passed this like turquoise car hauling a Christmas tree. I'm not even kidding. This old-timey holiday car situation type of deal. Oh my God. You know what though? After all these years of not coming back that often, ain't none of this shit really changed all that much. All this shit's kind of the same. It really is. We're almost to the Hardee's. If the Hardee's isn't open, I'm coming to the old Circle K right here and getting me a Polar Pop. And I probably won't get any breakfast. I'll probably just wait to eat later, I guess. There's the place where I went to the middle school. That's my middle school right there. Y'all can't see shit, I don't think. I'm guessing probably not. I hope y'all can hear me too. Ooh, the Hardee's is looking open. Besties. We're getting some Hardee's. We're getting some Hardee's. Listen, I spent so much time here, and the fact that I still want to come here and I love Hardee's breakfast though, if I'm being honest with you. If you are on the West Coast, the Hardee's is called Carl's Jr. I don't know if their breakfast is the same. I know their lunch is generally kind of the same, but in case you're wondering. But oh my god, wait, okay, wait, here we go, Hardee's, here we go. All right, I think I am gonna turn this off though while I order for myself. Bye. Okay, I gotta be on. Wait. The whole point of me doing all of this was to get a Diet Coke, and they didn't give me my Diet Coke. Now I gotta go back. And say, hey, besties. I think I distracted the girl that took my card, because she was like, I recognize her. I just got to telling y'all I didn't know if I was gonna recognize somebody. And I recognized her, and she wasn't working there the last time I was working there, but she's kind of one of those girlies that was like back and forth and like working there and stuff. And now I just realized, well, anyways, I do have food, but I wanted my Diet Coke, so I'm getting back in I'm turning the car back on. We're turning this car around, and we're gonna go get the Diet Coke. And maybe, well, I don't know. Well, let me go get the Diet Coke first before they forget about me. I'll be back. Okay, I got the Diet Coke. I got the Diet Coke, and here's some drama, here's some tea. So I said I knew that girl, right? I knew that woman. She's a woman, she's an adult woman. I think she's like around my age. I know her from whenever I used to work at the Hardee's, and so I'd been talking to her, and I even said, okay, so here's my Diet Coke, but I even said to y'all, I said, oh, I think I distracted her, because like I was like, oh my gosh, like you're still here at the Hardee's, good to see you, like how are you doing? Like I was having conversation, and normally I think that's when they usually hand the drink, and then in this case she had asked me to pull forward, which is like an old trick that we used to do at the Hardee's, because there's like this timer counting down how long cars sit in the drive-thru, and so I think they were trying to get that drive-thru time down, that because you get yelled at if it's too high. And so I pulled forward then, and then the woman brought out my food. A different woman brought out my food, and I think, I think she had thought I'd already gotten my drink, and that's why she didn't bring it out. So anyways, I pulled through. There was a long line there at the Hardee's now, and I pulled through, and then I was at the drive-thru, and I told them that I just didn't get my large drink, and so she was like, no worries, how about you just pull around the cars and I'll bring it out to you, like you don't have to wait in line for a large Diet Coke, it's fine. And then she hands me the Diet Coke, and here's where the tea comes in, okay? She hands me the Diet Coke, and she said, I'm so sorry, she should have handed it to you whenever she took your card. It's okay, no worries. And I said, oh, no worries, I think I distracted her, like, I knew her, I used to work with her, so I think I distracted her. And then the woman goes, no, her distraction is that she doesn't like me. Her distraction is that she doesn't like me, and that's why she didn't hand you your Diet Coke. And I'm like, now listen, Miss Kayla, I'm pretty sure that's her name, Kayla, the woman I knew. I was like, Kayla likes me, though. I think Kayla likes me. Why wouldn't Kayla want me to have my Diet Coke? So I just thought that was funny. And also, I'm like, Hardee's literally never changed. That's the exact kind of drama that would happen back in the day too. Like the girlies up front at the counter fighting. Now I did get a little hungry, and I did have a couple of my little hash browns. Ooh, but there's some more. They said I just got a small. I'm like, I don't need anything crazy. I'm gonna be eating all weekend. But these little hash brown shits. My hair is crazy. I look the same as I always do, I know, besties, but... And then I also got this loaded omelet. I'm gonna put the hash browns back in the bag since they're a mess anyways. Now, it's not looking very loaded. What do you know about looking loaded? It's not giving loaded. I thought I was showing the camera. But this was always my fave breakfast. Mm. Mm. The biscuits are so fucking good. You know, when I worked at the Hardee's, they gave me all of one napkin. When I worked at the Hardee's in high school, and, well, in high school I didn't do as much, but then I told y'all, I came back to Hardee's the year after I graduated from college because I didn't have a job lined up. I was living with my parents, and I was mostly miserable, if you want to know. I was mostly really miserable. And so anyways, I did nearly everything at different points in that year of time that I went back to working at the Hardee's. And one of the things that I did was I was the biscuit maker, and they do have a role dedicated to just biscuit making because they are made from scratch. Now they do it does come, like, the dry ingredients do all come together in like a bag, but that makes sense to me. But yeah, you there's a big old bowl, you put in a big old bag of the dry ingredients, you mix in some buttermilk, you knead it a little bit. If I'm not telling you exactly right, sue me, okay? Because it's been years since I did it. But the worst thing about, I loved being the biscuit maker, but the worst thing about being the biscuit maker is that you had to be there when the store opened, and the store opened at like, well, you had to be there like an hour before the store opened, and I think the store opened at 6, so we always had to be there at 5. It was fucking miserable. Hated it. But yeah, I did just about every role. I could work up front, work in the back. At the time, I tried to convince my boss to start me in some, like, shift leader, like, courses. You had to, like, take some kind of, like, course or something to be a shift leader. And, she was like, no, if I do that, you're gonna get stuck here. Like, you're never gonna leave Hardee's. And she wanted me to, like, go do something else with my life, which, thank God. But yeah. This is the excitement of, my hometown. Not me wiping my mouth with that. Shit. I don't know if you can see now what makes it a loaded omelet. But basically inside of it, there's bacon, sausage bits, and diced ham. I will say, I'm in like the town square of my hometown, and every time I come here, there's new random little stores that have popped up. Which, like, I told you all that nothing ever really changes, nothing ever looks different, and that's true. Nothing does look different. Like, it's the same store. They just put up a different sign on the outside. Like, it's crazy. It's so funny. It's so funny. Sorry, I know that last part was just you listening to me chomp, chomp, chomp. I'm so glad I got this Diet Coke, though. Shit, I needed something. Needed something in the options. Let me tell you, the options, limited. The options in my little small hometown of 2,800 people, limited. I also texted my mom, I was like, hey, I stopped at the Hardee's to get a Diet Coke, but the girls are struggling. And the girls, I mean, like, I don't know, I'm gay, so, like, I just refer to, like, the girls, you know. the girls. And my mom was like, I'm so confused. And I was like, what about? What's what's confusing about that? And she said, the girls struggling. Man, I need to get a car. And I need to start driving and zooming around, because this little vlogging has been so fun. I mean, I don't know that I would be probably doing all of this in Chicago, you know? The driving around in Chicago is so stressful. Once I got out of Chicago, which, like, I don't know, a lot of people say that. Noel loves driving in Chicago. Anytime we actually do drive, like, long distances, like, if Noel had made this trip with me, the way we would have done it was that Noel would have driven us out of the city, probably to somewhere in, like, the suburbs, and then I would have taken over and just driven the, like, long, nothing roads that that get us here, the interstate, the freeways, because he hates just, like, staring at the openness of the middle of nowhere. He says that stresses him out. But this is, like, where I learned how to drive, you know? I learned how to drive in the middle of nowhere. I feel very good about driving around here. All right, is that it? Oh, there's one left at the bottom of the bag. Beauty bite. All right. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know what else is in store for this vlog, if anything. So we'll see. We'll see. All right.